It's interesting how our women can make us do just about anything. Cooter whip! But I'm on my way to the junkyard trying to find a piece for the mirror on her WS6 Trans Am convertible. It's a little piece that just, if you've taken the little triangle off inside the door, you see there are 3 10mm bolts, and there's the plug for the mirror, and that's about it. But anyway, that little aluminum piece that holds the glass in place, if somebody comes by and they hit the side of the car with their butt or their hip or something, it's going to break that, and that's what happens. So going to LKQ now and finding one of those. I'm bringing just the 10mm and a T15 Torx and a Phillips. That's what it will take to get it off there. I always remove the part that's broken first. That way I know exactly the tools that I need to take to the junkyard, because you obviously don't want to take any more than you absolutely need. But I'm rolling up on it now, and I'll talk to you after I'm already in the door and I've paid my $3 admission and they question my choice of a shirt to wear to a junkyard.
I can't help but wonder if that piece of jewelry is real. Probably is, but I'm not looking for jewelry.
Well, hopefully this didn't take too long. The part I'm talking about is the bracket that's behind here. If you open the door, see those 3 bolts right there? Basically those 3 bolts, and then on the bottom of the actual housing, there's a little thing you have to do, but I get my tools out here and start on doing that. As you can see there, it's just 10mm bolts times 3. I always make it a point to save the little nuts and bolts that go along with the part that I'm getting. Now this thing should, at this point, once I pull that down and once I get this out of the way, this should come straight off the side of the car. Like that. I am going to save you a little time. See the way that's made? That's not the same as her Trans Am. I don't know what year this Camaro is. I can look on the fender back here. So, hers is an 01 Trans Am, but turns out the mirror on the Camaro is not the same. This basically has 3 little bolts, and the one on hers has 3 little bolts and then a piece over here. You'll see it when I find one here in a minute, but I guess I'm not getting one from a Camaro.
What in the hell is that? You're talking like a dart? The hell?
Inline 6, yeah. Slant 6 technically, but see, that's the wild thing about this place, is that in the middle of everything else there's something just crazy. Although we don't need that. You got to see the back of these though. The Virgil Exner years, maybe, the guy who designed them back in the day. That's wild.
Keep on backing up. You got it. You got it. You can make it. Keep on backing up. Keep right. Oh, that's a little close. Stop. Oh, crap. Oh, damn it.
This is fantastic right here. Rained like pee out of a boot all night. But there's a Firebird right there. Let's see if it has the mirror on that other door. That's a 98, so I don't know. That's a really good example of what happens.
I'm gonna mix together some JB Weld epoxy A and B variety and some silicone, and it'll never come loose.
I just spotted something you guys may remember from my last video wandering around out here. Right along the fence row. That little critter right there. A real early, did they call it a Ranchero when it was the Falcon body style like this. I know the big one was, but let's see what it says here. 1961 Ford Ranchero. Been here for about 6 months. Wow. I still think that engine's later than that. I think that's a later engine, but who knows and/or cares. Let's continue wandering. Man, I tell you what, there used to be all kinds of F-bodies in here, especially like 93 to 02. And they are just freaking not here today. There's a whole bunch of just Genera mobiles. See what I'm saying? Someone went off-roading, perhaps involuntarily. Holy crap. Diesel. Still looking for an F-body in a Firebird. I found a couple Camaros and the mirror is different and will not work. It's got a different mount inside it. You and I, if we were in charge of GM, would have thought, why don't we make that the same internal mechanism? Save $1 or so. But apparently not. Yeah, it's looking like I might not find what I was looking for here. Over there is the area of all the cars that are being prepared to come into the yard, cars and trucks. Yeah, looks like we're screwed with a capital F. I'm gonna have to go through the truck area though. Make sure there's no cool trucks over there. Well, here we are. Wandering through the truck section. 5 lugs on the wheels, 1500 series. Probably gonna be a 4.8 or a 5.3. Will not be a 6.0, almost certainly. Ferd McFerdson. Dodge Dudersonia. Durango. Nothing. 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 What's this? It's an LS engine of sorts. It's a big suburban. What we got over here? The 6 liter, the 8th digit of the VIN will be a U or an N. Just remember the word un. So, we can see it right there. The 8th digit would be a U or an N if it's a 6 liter. And generally speaking, Escalade 03 to 06 would be the LQ9. And a 3/4 ton truck generally is going to be the LQ4. Aw, it's like an engine, only smaller. Poor truck has a V6. Poor critter. Like walking around with a tube sock in your swimming trunks. Aw. See what else we have up here. Nismo, Nissan Motorsports International Off-Road. That's a high dollar sticker. Don't see those everywhere. One thing I will tell you is that this truck actually could have the 4L80E in it. You look up here at the engine, and that is a diesel. So it's hard to say. I don't know if on this older generation if they had Allisons or 4L80Es. Probably an 80. If that's anything that anybody wants, it's right up in the front row. The number it can be searched for is that top number, that 1180 6x520. So if anybody needs a part from that, it doesn't look like it's a very common truck or drivetrain.
I'm stuck. I ain't never getting out. What the hell would I? Oh, it's open over here. False alarm. False alarm. Dude. LS engines for days. 862s. Probably the most common head you're gonna find on them. An ambulance? See right there, prime example of why you got to go slowly over speed bumps. That F-150 never stood a chance. You know, you do find cool stuff in here every now and then. Yes. What's it based on? An F-350 maybe? Let's see how much is here. They call this an 81 Ford E150 Eco. Is it a cut down van? There's a big seal right there. Let's walk around the other side and check this out. 8 lugs, so probably. Gas engine. What would it have been in 81? Maybe a 351 400 modified when they come it. That's pretty cool. If you're into dating the big girls, you can fit several of them in there. Total comfort in those seats. Adjust your timing as you're driving down the road. Put some vice grips on that steering and you'd be fine. It's wild because they cut down a van, I think, but maybe not, because look at that down there. I think this is an aftermarket fiberglass piece that just went on there, and then the bed is all glass. Diamond plate on, that's crazy. Whoa. Pro Street cart. That went out in the 90s, right? Don't see many of the Pro Street carts anymore. It's probably got a 305 TPI in it anyway. Well, this is the end of my journey, going home. I didn't find anything except for that strange pink car over there that I don't want to get any closer to at all. So I'm leaving. Well, I have to admit I've learned a lot of lessons today. Nothing to do with algebra, and my teacher in school told me that that would be important to me, which is weird. But I learned that a Camaro mirror, a Super Sport Z28, whatever mirror, that body style does not fit on the TA. It's so weird. You would think that in an effort to save a buck that they would have said, why don't we make this hidden part the same on both body styles? You know, kind of like a Sierra and a Silverado would be the same, but they're different. Very, very different. That signals the end of the video for this day. So I'm gonna go home and get 9 miles per gallon doing it since I'm driving this Humerian Dose. So I'll see you guys on the next adventure. Let me know if you ever want me to go looking for stuff out in LKQ Tampa. There's always the weirdest stuff mixed in with the most mundane. It's so odd. Kind of like the world, if you think about it. See ya! Somewhere, Joe Dirt sighs.